guys, this is Chico and Dusty, and that's Chico and I'm Dusty.
In this show, we will be taking a topic and discussing X versus Y. Hopefully at some point, one of us will agree that the other person's is better or worse, depending on the topic, or if neither of us relent, we will pass it over to you, the audience, and you can debate it in the comments below. If you have any topic ideas, please feel free to put them in the comments as well. Today's topic is...
Which one's better? Morrowind or Skyrim?
Skyrim.
Morrowind. So we've decided that we're gonna run through a few certain parts of the game, and
There will quite likely be spoilers, so
most definitely.
you should have played the Elder Scrolls series by now. If you haven't, play it now. You can get them on Steam.
Anyway, we'll start with
We're going to flip a coin.
a coin. Yes, I love money. Kind of like a Jew, but less money.
Can we please try not to be racist in this?
It's not racist. Because you can be
Anywho.
racist and you can be sexist, you can't be religiousist. Potatoes.
That's it. Before we start, we'd just like to say that we're going to try and not bring graphics into the argument. Graphics alone do not make a good game. End of story.
And if you are basing your quality of a game on its graphics, then you need to find some real games. Anyway, Morrowind, Skyrim.
Straight off the bat, you boot up Skyrim, you click on New Game, you're on a horse cart, you make your character, you're moments away from having your head chopped off, and then the execution is interrupted by a giant dragon. Straight off, you know mistakes. At some point, you, as the player character, are going to have to fight this giant dragon. Last time I played Morrowind, I played for 4+ hours and still had no idea what I was doing, who the big bad was, or why I was doing anything at all.
Now, I think that was the most interesting and intriguing part of Morrowind. I mean, you get a lot of games where you're like, okay, this whatever has tried to kill me, so obviously they're the enemy. With Morrowind, you didn't know. You didn't know what was happening. You didn't know who you were fighting. You didn't know how to defend yourself. You have a 2-minute tutorial. That's it. And then you're out on the world on your own. You've got nothing to help you unless you picked up a dagger in the last room. You've got, 50 gold at the most. That's it. And this package, which tells you to take it to some guy in some place that you've never heard of if you've played the game. That's the start of the game, and that is a real start as far as I'm concerned. Like, that is a game that makes me want to find out what I'm doing. Whereas with Skyrim, you're sort of like, okay, there's going to be dragons, I'm going to have to fight a dragon. Spoil it. Bang. Game's over. I didn't really have a need to play. The only reason I kept playing Skyrim after that tutorial was because it was an Elder Scrolls game.
The thing with all Elder Scrolls games is that the open world, and you're free to do it in any order you want. At least with Skyrim, you know that the main story is back there somewhere. At some point, there's going to be an epic fight with this big dragon.
Skyrim is a story game, just like most games are story games. You know what you have to do and you do it or you don't do it. That's your choice. with Morrowind, you live a life that you want to live. You can do whatever you like. There's no limit. Whereas with Skyrim, it's sort of like, okay, you can do this main quest, or you can go and do this, or you can go and do this. Morrowind is more like...
Morrowind's the same. It just hides it, and that's deceitful.
No, it's not deceitful. I don't think it's deceitful. I think
Do you
it's...
have a main story?
Yes.
Do you have other options that you can do?
Yes.
It's the same, at least, but
No.
Skyrim's up front with it.
Because... No, it's not the same, because the choices are so limitless. You can walk around the landscape and kill creatures and get their hides and then take them back to town to sell. You can go into people's houses as a freelance burglar and steal all their stuff. You can go into a house and murder somebody and then take their house as your own. You can become a hardcore highwayman and find people on the side of the road and kill them. There's so much more. There's no limit. Simple as that. There is no limit to the different stories that you can do. And you could take Morrowind and make a story out of the character that you play.
The storyline in Skyrim, yes, it's out in the open, it's very obvious. So is Morrowind, but we'll agree to disagree on that. In Skyrim, you get to be the Dovahkiin, aka Dragonborn, and you get to do things like First Roll Da!
That was. I think that was Bethesda running out of things to do. They were like,
But the shouts, they're a brilliant change to the mythos of dragons. It just happens that this language can make you essentially breathe fire.
But that's the dragons can already do that. I mean, you're just doing what your enemy can already do. There's no. It's like in Morrowind, the final character that you fight. You can't kill him unless you do a certain thing, and that's the reason for the special weapons that you have to find during the gameplay. With Skyrim, the point of that game is that you effectively are learning how to use the enemy's attacks against them.
But you've mentioned special weapons. The enemies in Morrowind can use weapons. You're just getting special versions of weapons. In Skyrim, you learn a special shout.
Yeah, but these are weapons that nobody else has. This is...
But the shout you learn, Dragon Rend, the dragons can't use it. To use a shout, you have to understand the words that make up a shout.
We're going to use their language to make a word for us to defeat them.
That's great. You're using your enemy's strength against them. That's the core of many fighting styles. On the topic of enemies, giants. You go out, level 5 or whatever, you meet a dragon. Not a dragon, a giant. And you go, I'll take pot shots with my bow. It runs at you, it swings, and suddenly you've turned into Tamriel's first astronaut. It is hilarious.
It is.
Do you have any enemies in Morrowind that do that?
Did get really screwed up by a rat once. Bam! I was just like, what? One hit kill with a rat.
In Morrowind, is there anyone who's ever made up be more evil than the Big Bad? Because in Skyrim, yes, you have the Big Bad Dragon. You also have the Thalmor, who are high elf douches, and I really hope that there's like a DLC where you get to go ham-in on your asses.
There was, Morrowind was incredibly racist.
So, points of Skyrim.
points of Skyrim. Morrowind, if you walk up to a dungeon, which are the natives of Morrowind, they will call you an alien. It doesn't even matter if you pick number 2. They will call you an alien. Now, effectively, I believe in the engine of the game, depending on your race, is whether certain characters will like you or not. That is racism. That is blatant racism down to a T. Suddenly this guy comes in and he starts saying that he's the prophet of the land, and he's a fucking Nord or an Imperial or an Orc, and the Dunmer are just like, well, hold on, what the hell? And so the racism fit in. Now, because of the storyline, you go to a lot of tribes and stuff, and they do say, no, we don't like you being the prophet. I'm just going to call it the prophet because I don't know his name for it, even though if you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about if you don't mind. They find out that you're the big important person, and they're like, well, we don't like this because you're not our race. And they do make you out to be the enemy, which in turn makes them seem like an enemy. And that was really, like, it was so well done in the game because you couldn't hear the people talking, but you could tell that they didn't like you. There was a lot of tension in certain parts of that game, and it was well done.
In Skyrim, being the chosen one, it's not really chosen, you just born as the Dragonborn. It simply transcends race. The people that don't know that you are the Dragonborn, if you're essentially anything other than Nord, they're going to be racist, especially if you're one of the animal races. But the fact that you're Dragonborn, the fact that you now exist, means that the world's in danger, and people put aside petty things such as racism, which is a very petty thing.
Yeah, but anyone will. Given a hard time, if there's a hero, they'll take it. And then the next day, once that hero's done his job, they hate it. I was an adventurer like you once, so I took it out. And then
You're taking out the big bad. All the other dragons that you haven't killed yet are still there. It's stated that the dragons have a hierarchy. You're the lieutenants that are going to try and take his spot.
Yeah, but that's not shown. Like, once you've done that, that's it. There's no special, like, thanks for saving our lives. It's just, oh yeah, we're arrested you for beating up that lady, go to prison. In Morrowind, because of the storyline, especially the expansion, Tribunal expansion, you end up killing Alexia, which is one of the false gods. It's something along those lines. She tries to kill you, you end up killing her if you're good enough, and if not, you're still probably stuck in that area of the game. When you go out of that area, you talk to somebody and they'll be like, what? You killed Alexia, stop talking rubbish. And that's it. That's Skyrim. There's none of that. It's just, you just carry on as everyday life. Like nothing ever happened. It's almost like you're Clark Kent trying to keep your identity secret from everybody.
Right. Dragons aren't the only thing that have hit Skyrim and Real. There's the Civil War that's going on, which you may or may not have completed. And if you have completed, you probably live Skyrim in a worse state than if the Civil War's gone on at that time.
I think I would notice that there was dragons attacking my hometown. I'd be like, whoa, okay. And then when somebody stopped the main dragon, I think I would probably find out. I would hear about it.
Put yourself in the shoes of a random NPC in, let's say, Whiterun.
Yep.
How do you tell the difference between two dragons? How are they going to know which dragon's bigger? Especially when Alwyn doesn't show his face to many humans, and the ones that he does show his face to mostly end up dead.
So, okay then, put yourself in the feet of the dragon.
Yep.
If you killed Elwyn,
Yep.
are you not going to tell anybody?
Hells yes.
It's part of legend. Everybody knows about the dragons. They don't believe that they exist, and when they find out they exist, there's probably a lot of people who are going to be like, oh shit, I want to research this so that I know the information about it. And a lot of people, you know, it's like childhood stories and all that sort of stuff. You've got to think of the lore of the land. Like, dragons are a big part of the Elder Scrolls story in general, even though they're not in a lot of the games. They're still part of it. Like, it's still part of the lore.
Rock up to Whiterun, go onto the marketplace, and start shouting out, I am the mighty dragonborn. I have just killed Alduin, leader of all the dragons, avatar of Akatosh. Now, there's a civil war going on, and imagine a random ancient dragon, or even an elder dragon, or a blood dragon, whatever, lands in the marketplace. Everyone's gonna go, shut down a dragon and run for cover.
No, they're going to be like, it's okay, Dragonborn's here, he just killed Elwyn, he can kill this bitch too.
But they're just normal people. They don't have any power really. So they're go running. It doesn't matter that you've killed the biggest, baddest dragon. Other dragons are still attacking. And that's current.
It just doesn't make sense to me that when you walk around town, after you've killed all these dragons, people are still like, I wonder who the Dragonborn could be. And people still say it, like, hours and hours after you've defeated Elwyn, and you killed all these different dragons, like, over and over again, you killed like 30,000 fucking dragons. Someone walks up to you and be like, I wonder who the Dragonborn could be. It could be me, and I just don't know it yet. And it's like, no, you dick, it's me, you know? Like, it doesn't seem logical. The amount of couriers and shit that I got visiting me on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere, they just walk up and they're like, here, here's a note for you. And I'm just like, I don't even know, you've never met me. I've never met you. We don't know each other. How do you know who I am? I'm pretty sure people should be able to tell that you're the Dragonborn if some random people walk up and they're like, oh, here's a letter for you.
There are people that know you are the Dragonborn.
Where are they when I'm walking through the street needing a rope?
They have other things to worry about.
I'm pretty sure I would be worried about congratulating the guy that just killed a dragon. It's a fucking dragon. If you kill a dragon, you're like a god. It doesn't even matter if you're the Dragonborn. It doesn't even matter if that thing's gonna come back to life. You just killed a dragon. Now with Skyrim, because of the fact that it's a less amazing storyline, they had to come up with all these extra perks. That doesn't, that's like the almost said, okay, we've got the story, we use this story, and we chuck this, and this different thing in. It's not an exciting game. It's got exciting moments when you're like, whoa, I can shout, or whoa, I just killed a dragon, but it's not an exciting game.
I disagree with that. The amount of random quests you can get in Skyrim. Courier comes up to you, gives you a letter, you read the letter, bam, you have a new quest in your quest log.
They're very generic though. Morrowind, you come across a man, I think his name is Nels something, I can't remember his last name. His name's Nels. He's a highwayman. And if your character is a female, you can walk up to him and you can speak to him and he will ask you for a kiss. That becomes a quest. That's just one of millions of countless quests. There's another one where a trader.
They're all scripted. In Skyrim, yes,
They're all
they're generic, but you can essentially never run out of quests.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
But it also has all these scripted quests.
There's nowhere near as many. Or from what I've found, there's nowhere near as many.
All the guilds in Skyrim can be joined, and they don't impact each other.
Morrowind, the story is so deep, and there's so much depth to it that I think that that's what works well for it, is the fact that if you get a certain way through the Fighters Guild, you can't join the Thieves Guild. If you complete the Thieves Guild, you can't finish the Fighters Guild. It's a part of the storyline, like, you know, it's all historical and all that sort of thing. Like, the Fighters Guild is run by the components on, and that's why they don't get along with the Thieves Guild. If you try to join the Thieves Guild and you're part of the Fighters Guild, eventually you have to make a decision, and that is a brilliant part of the story, I think. Like, I think that's positive, because not only does it give you depth to the story, but it gives the game replayability. With Skyrim, you've got one game, and you can do anything you like in that one game. You can decide to start again and do something different, but the only amount of replayability that they have in that game is the Civil War. There's the Civil War, there's a split in the as well. You know, and there's only certain parts, like stuff like that. Everything's very sandbox. You go to one place, you kill somebody, you go somewhere else, and you're fine. As long as you avoid that one place with those like 5 people, you're fine. It doesn't matter.
Well, it's better than that. You have to sort of avoid the whole hole.
Yeah, but that's the point. Is like if you go to State of Need, which is where you start off tomorrow, you go there and you kill somebody, you have the guards following you. Plus, if you go anywhere else, you have the guards following you. You go to the next place, and the next place, and the next place. The guards follow you. They will just keep following you until they're all dead, or until you're dead, or until you pay the fine. And it's the same with everything in that game. Like, you can't do something without a repercussion. And I think that's brilliant. You know? Not only that, but the gameplay became more difficult.
I really don't think we'll agree on this, so I think we have to give it to the audience to decide. Please comment in the comments.
Obviously.
If you have any ideas for future topics, please post them in the comments. They do not have to do with games, but we're both gamers, so
That makes sense.
it'll make for a better episode.
As you'll see from the movies, because there will be a lot of them, possibly. Possibly not from this, because this got really quite serious. As it would though. Morrowind's better.
But I think there's one thing we can agree on. Both Morrowind and Skyrim better than Oblivion.
Yes, I agree with that.
Thank you for watching. Hopefully we get some views and make more videos.
Sweet dreams, good night. And don't have too many children in your bed. Was that bad to say?
I think so.